So just for awareness, I say it in my videos when I make my food and everything about shipping that I eat one meal a day, vegan, non-GMO, organic. I started growing my own food a year and a half ago and buy only what can be recycled. Glass, cans, and number one and number two plastics, not three, four, five, six, and sevens. Stay away from those unless they have this on it. I haven't used it yet because you have to wait until you have enough and then you ship it off. Yeah, it's not coming in. Yesterday I did a video to show these crystals that I grew. There we go. Alright. You'll 9 out of 10 bags won't have that on it. There's another company, I don't know what it's called. So don't buy these kind of bags unless you can do that and send it in and ship it. It doesn't matter if it's snacks, cookies, foil, plastic, just don't buy it. You know, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, it's sad. And again, I'm not preaching like, hey, I'm all this, awareness guy, because I wasn't at a lot of times in my life with a lot of different things, and that would be one of them. None of this I would be talking to you about until I had this awakening. For me, I had an awakening that involved spiritual, internal, and external, what I call beyond earth. And what came with it was just a quick, awesome awareness like, whoa, I got to be a vegan. I got to eat less and live like we would live in what we would call heavens or higher realms of pure living. All right, so don't think I'm looking down upon anybody, because I'm not. So yeah, don't buy that kind of stuff. Cookies, snack boxes, anything that's waxed, and that's why I'm going to show you this today. Because if you watched my video about my foods, and I talk about only buy what can be recycled, and I say about my two places in California, they stopped taking 3 years ago now all cardboard, paper, and boxes unless it was corrugated. So what is corrugated? Well, corrugated is this stuff here. Shipping boxes is considered corrugated cardboard. Now, it's probably more technical than that. Maybe it's the ones that have like the ribs inside it or whatever. But anything cardboard that's corrugated, my place will take. It used to take paper. They still take paper bags that are made out of a certain material that's like cardboard. They take those. But they took all kinds of magazines and newspapers and papers. They haven't taken them in years. And they always never took any plastic bags or foil bags or anything like that. They used to take boxes, wax boxes, which would be like almost every single box in the supermarket will be a wax box. Snacks, cookies, chips, pizzas, frozen foods, all kinds of stuff like that. They don't take those. The main reason is because there's nobody in the United States that really recycles them. Same thing with number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 plastics. They were getting out-shipped to China. China got so overloaded, and they stopped doing it, and they came up with some different types of ways to recycle and make different containers that they stopped doing it. So they stopped buying it from the United States and other countries. And then littler countries were trying to take it and buy it from China, and apparently it didn't work out, and they throw it in the ocean, in the seas, and that's why the South Pacific is so bad. So I came across this today, and it's a cardboard box. It's organic tomatoes, as you can see, and it says one very important thing on here. Let me see where it is. So besides go green, zero waste, recyclable, it's not waxed, and that's where I'm going to try to find it here. Where does that say? Oh, is that it? Yeah. 100. There it goes. No plastic, no labels, but the most important thing, no wax. So there's not even like a sliver of cellophane plastic over that, which would cause that not to be, recyclable. And obviously it's not waxed. It's printed, so it's either organic printing or even maybe it's chemical dye printing, I don't know. But the box is a box, and my place will take this. If they don't, that would be a shock because it is cardboard, just like that. They just don't take wax boxes. So when you watch a food video of mine and I told you about all these kind of things, and what I was going to explain to you today was these two old guys came across and they were talking to some people about Jesus and the Bible and stuff, and they asked me if I wanted to hear the gospel or something like that, or God's word. And my first thoughts, I say politely, no, I have my own spiritual experiences beyond religions and systems like that. And of course, they don't know that. People are programmed. Jesus, if you're this culture, it's got to be Jesus, or else the other ones are all going to hell, basically. And if you're in this culture, you might say the same thing. And if you're in this culture, you might say, oh no, God is universal, and human beings have a spark of consciousness within them. And that's the kind of understanding that I have from my experiences. But what I was thinking is all these people, especially the people who preach Jesus, because that's the religion that really is the wackiest when it comes down to it, if you look at it strictly literally. Are you recycling in your life? Are you eating animals? Are you smoking? Because people will preach that God is love, and technically that's truth. A loving intelligence, an infinite intelligence. And in the Bible, I smiled and I thought of it in my head when I walked away from them guys. There's a quote by the supposed Jesus that says, doesn't it state in your laws that ye are all gods? Meaning that you're all part of spark and extension of the creational source of energy, consciousness, awareness, loving intelligence within you, right? Well, what would you do then besides pushing a book on somebody or a religion on somebody? You would change your life, right? You would live to the best you can. And that's what I did. And for me, I had experiences inside and out that made it really, really easy. I did go to religion when I was a kid. I was forced to go to the Catholic stuff. I couldn't stand it. It was aggravating to be thrusted into some kind of what I thought was cruel and scary and freaky, and trying to tell me that some guy died for me, and I have close ties to Native Americans my whole life and all this other stuff. It just didn't make sense to me, right? So when I see these things, and I know I'm talking about recycling now, but this just happened about 2 hours ago when I saw these people. I was unloading my van, actually, and I was actually loading recyclables into my van because I recycle everything. So my thought is, go past religion, go past, all your strange beliefs, deities, saviors, and everything. How are you loving your body? Are you smoking? That's not loving your body. Again, I did habits back then. I was unconscious and unaware. I was healthy. I was in sports. I did eat. I ate meat at the time, and I ate dairy. But years ago, I got rid of dairy. And before I even awakened, I got rid of dairy. I just knew it wasn't good for me scientifically. I knew it wasn't good for me biologically, with allergies and everything. Got rid of dairy, cheese, milk. So what are you doing to prove to be your God self, to be like love, like life, like Jesus, like one of the ancient sages? Are you vegetarian? Are you vegan? Are you recycling? Are you buying only what you need? Do you help out? Do you quit smoking? Do you not drink alcohol? Bad processed foods and sodas and everything? That's what love is. Love is to love yourself first. And that goes everything. What are you putting into your mind? TV, YouTube, music. What kind of lyrics? What kind of music? What kind of shows? On and on and on and on. So I'm adding that in tonight because of what I experienced, because I'm recycling out there and I'm taking care of flowers and I'm growing my own food, a whole new lifestyle after my awakening, like the disciples, they have the halos around their head. Oh, they awaken, they enlighten themselves and they change their lives, right? So you got to move beyond that. And so I thought, wow, man, these people still preach this giant book, but they don't get the true message within. Take care of yourselves, take care of the planet, take care of each other, take care of the animals. And again, it starts with something simple, like this company says, you know what? We're going to do this. Now, I've seen some other companies over the years in different items, vegetables, fruits, or whatever it may be, that can do this, But that's where it starts. So I wanted to share this when I talk about in my other videos about it and about recycling. I wanted to share with you the importance, because they preach and teach about saviors and God and heaven and all this stuff. Well, we're on earth. Worry about earth. And worry about loving yourself, taking care of yourself, buying only what's needed, helping others, uplifting, inspire, educating, evolving others past all those systems. Look at I should go lower right now. My dad would say, look at the shit show on TV. The so-called Democratic people and president, the so-called Trump and Republican people. Look at the childish behavior, the ridiculousness of all that. Well, what is that telling you? It's telling you that the system doesn't work and it's coming to a head. There's been tons of stuff over the years Now it's gotten so insane. Why? Because you can't have a people in government that just has all this and they have all this, and we say no to this and they say no to this, and you say yes to this and we'll say maybe to this. No. We all have to be aware, awake, spiritually aware and awake, not religiously, but spiritually aware and awake, loving intelligence, and do the best we can do for ourselves, our technologies, our bodies, and everything. And on a heaven, you wouldn't have anybody wanting or producing or selling drugs or alcohol, booze, cigarettes, tobacco, gambling, nothing like that. So it just kind of makes me laugh a little bit of those people who push that kind of stuff on everybody, but their lives aren't even close to that. And it's because of the programming and the conditioning from society to family to religions to everything. All right? So I wanted to share that because that's important. And our systems are blowing up in our face. It's supposed to do that eventually, to show you Republican don't work, Democrat don't work. Do some of their ideas have good intentions and work? Yes. Well, what if we all worked in unity? But in order to do that, we have to have the same awareness, the same consciousness, the same religion. And some people will say, one world government, one world religion. Oh my God, no way, they're trying to take us over. No, no, no. There may be some people that think that and want that for a negative reason, but it's actually a good thing. When everybody has the same loving intelligence and awareness and says, I'm a spark of God's light within me. I'm a awareness, I'm consciousness, I'm loving intelligent energy, and I need to live properly and eat the fresh, beautiful foods and help take care and inspire and uplift others. And everybody around the world does that technologically, biologically, agriculturally. The animals go free, all that. That's heavenly living right there. If you think you're going to go to heaven and I have this awesome body in another realm and awesome this, but I'm still going to want to smoke or drink or do this or that, that's not how it works. You don't do those things because you expand it from within and your body matches that. So, you got to evolve that. So I wanted to share that with you all. And let me think what else I wanted to say here. That's basically what it is. We need to be unified. No Republican, no Democrat. Just beautiful, aware, awakened human beings running corporations, councils, Senate, Congress, all with a level of consciousness that's at least awakened to, hey, we are God's light and love inside. We don't need Bibles and religions and all that. Of course, it takes an inner experience, but we can help by, like people like me. Maybe people like us should walk around everywhere, knock on doors, like Hare Krishnas and these Bible people, and put the true gospel out. The good news. The good news is that there's a better way to live. But you got to heal, you got to seek, and you got to want it. You know what I mean? You can't just pretend in your brain, like everything's all great. I'm going to heaven because a book said so. Well, who did you ever experience out of body? Did you ever have a near death? Like, who says you go to this place or that place? I've experienced a ton of different things, some amazing things, but that doesn't make me know exactly where I go after this. But I know there's a lot of awesome potential to go to places. But I also have an awareness that exploded into that kind of stuff 11 years ago. And so live it while you're here, whether it's recycling, eating, helping others, changing your habits, dropping a ton of habits, and living like you would. Like I used to tell people, live like the Christ, live like a Buddha, live like a Krishna. Basically live like your heavenly self. Heal yourselves emotionally, mentally. Stop watching stupid, crappy television, murder shows, horror shows, killing, news like that. Get into nature, do natural things and gardening and history and ancient history, and seek inside and out the positives. But most of all, truly evolve and live like that. Do your absolute best to evolve and live like that. Don't wait like, Jesus did it all for me. I know I still smoke, but I forgive myself or ask for forgiveness of smoking and my sins. No, you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to take responsibility and do it yourself, inside and out. And that's the truth. The truth evolves. Your truth was here. Now you evolve it. Like, oh wow, yeah, I guess I should take care of myself since I got to do it down here with everything else, right? So yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to be like above anybody or anything like that. I'm just sharing with what we all need to do. And when we all do this, then there won't be anybody addicted and dying of cancer and lung cancer and praying to Jesus at the end of their life, like, oh man, I shouldn't have done this. Please, God, say prayers for me. Gambling and everybody losing their money and going homeless and killing animals or horse racing. There's another thing. I used to be into horse racing. It used to scare me though because I never wanted to see animals get hurt, but I liked watching the races. And I gave that up years ago, probably 12, 13 years ago. And I just saw on ESPN last month, like I don't have a TV or anything, but I keep track of things. I like to see stories that are showing change and everything. And one of the sidebars, and again, it was right in front of your face. I didn't read it. I didn't get into it, but apparently there was horse deaths prior to the Kentucky Derby, during the Kentucky Derby, and then again maybe at one of the next races like the Preakness or the Belmont, and more horses died. Well, we're in an era where the energy of the planet, the consciousness of the planet, we work in cycles. You know, Rome and Greeks called them Golden Age, Silver Age, I don't know, Iron Age, Dark Age, something like that. The Indians called them Yugas, Indians as in India. I don't know what Indians actually call themselves. They probably don't call themselves that. The Native Americans call them fifth worlds and sixth worlds, all kinds of stuff like that. But the point is, you know, our sun has a cycle, our earth has a cycle, we have a cycle, the solar system has a cycle. Everything rotates in spirals, right? So we're at that point again. You're going to hold and cling to your old ways, like Donald Trump just yelling and screaming and arrogance and like that. And then the other party is like, give everything away, just give it all away. You can't do either of those. There's got to be that balance in the middle, right? So the horse racing thing, all these horses dying and people making money off of horses that do all the work and then die, and the jockeys barely get any money. The owners and the trainers get the tons of money, and the horses wind up getting the crappy lives. And it's there to show you like enough is enough. That goes on every single level. Every single level. You know, we're in a new age. The ancient Egyptian calendar, the Yuga calendar cycle, the Native Americans, the Mayans, the Aztecs. It's a new world, a new dawning of consciousness. And you can see the people who want the change for the better. You can see the people in the middle where they want a little change but not too much. The clingers on to religions, the clingers on to Democrat, Republican, Ford, Chevy, gas guzzlers, electric cars. There's got to be a true awakening. And right now, people are like mentally enlightened, or what I call myself spiritually enlightened, because emotionally and mentally I've had experiences and I remain grounded in my emotions and in my mind, where we all have to come together and have upliftment of each other to understand it. The world should be giving away free, the government and everybody should be giving away free counseling, mental, emotional, drug addiction, everything. Not $70 trillion on war and black budgets and space projects. It should be on feeding everybody, home, making sure everybody has a home, clean water, agriculture that actually works instead of wasting, and therapy for everyone, working together. That's what humanity should be doing. But of course, there are a lot of people that want that, but of course it's always the people that don't really have the money and the resources. But we are in a time period where that's going on. So I wanted to share that because it really is. And you're going to want to benefit yourself. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. You're going to want to do the work now and don't have faith and trust in, I'm a pretty good person, or I said this to repent to Jesus and all this other stuff. Do it in your heart. Don't worry about Jesus. God wants you to know about you. Your connection, your extension and spark within you. And what did you do in this life? And how did you evolve, awaken, and change your life? And did you help others? And did you do it with your mind and your heart completely unified? And did you do it out of love and honesty, not out of fear and guilt? Right? So I hope that helps. Like, every once in a while I like to put one of these videos out, especially since they came around pushing the Bible and stuff, and it's just a shame when people rely on something that they don't even know about They weren't there and everything. Near death people, spiritually awakened people like myself who had experiences and everything. Even us, it's hard to see. There's so many levels. Like going from kindergarten or nursery school through postgraduate. I've seen very many different levels of spirituality or other realms, other life forms and possibilities. And there's a lot of mix mash too. You get a lot of I don't know, that kind of looked fake. That looked like some kind of energy that was just sort of forming, like putting an idea out there and you're not so sure of it. I think there's realms, lower realms in between there that are sort of like, yeah, sure, yeah, I'm Jesus, look at me. You can come to this place afterwards, and a whole bunch of different things like that. And again, that's not putting fear out. That's just telling you what I've seen through it all with my consciousness and my experiences. And you shouldn't take things 100% from a Bible or a book or anything. Most of it is spiritual science that nobody really knows about. The select few, they do. The secret societies kind of understand all that. Like Rosicrucians or some Freemasonry. They don't worship like a Jesus or any of that because they know there's a spiritual light, a source of intelligence and consciousness, and they do about their lives the best that they can. So as a humanity as a whole, we need to do it from the simplest thing, and that starts with what we put in our bodies, our mind, our eyes, our ears, our music, our shows, our diet, our drink, everything. A heavenly humanity, a heaven on earth. Everybody always wants a heaven on earth. Peace on earth, and as on earth as is in heaven, right? As above, so below. Well, I'm telling you, an awakened humanity doesn't want to buy cigarettes or have it sold to them. An awakened humanity doesn't want to have liquor stores at all, let alone on every corner, or giant gambling halls. That's not how you evolve the species and love yourself or love one another, by addicting people to things and by having them get sick and ill. And even religions, like don't worry about, repent this and that to Jesus or whoever, and you'll be all right. Like, no, that's not how it works. So keep that in mind. What is your heaven on earth? At the most beautiful, loving, pure state of being, right? You wouldn't want to see death, illness, disease, or selling somebody or deceiving anybody into anything, right? Right? Exactly. So, there. This is a recycled container. And the most important word on this is no wax. So it could be recycled. If you have a wax box, whether you throw it in your recycling place at your center, if you are a good person and you've been recycling, I guarantee that a lot of those boxes will still go in the trash. Do your research on it. Don't believe me. Do your research on it. Check out about number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 plastics. Check out about wax boxes, paper, magazines, and all kinds of bags and foils and stuff like that. Find out where it's really, really going. Do real research. Don't just take somebody off of YouTube or one web page that's kind of biased or something. Do the actual research. Look into a company like TerraCycle and read about their stuff. They actually have links to other places too. All right? So, yeah, a little bit longer than I wanted as usual. But, hey, did you learn something? Hopefully. Will it change your life? Hopefully. Will you change the lives of animals and the planet and help keep it clean? Heaven's a clean place. The places I've seen, the bodies that I've seen, just awesome. Absolutely awesome. You will never find trash or bags or consumerism or video games or horse racing or gambling or soda or supermarkets or anything. They're just amazing. And, what I've seen compared to the so-called UFO stuff that's going on the all around the place now, what I've seen as far as technology of a body and technology of a craft or just technology is not what they're showing flying around like that. That to me, that doesn't even seem like anything. I don't know. It doesn't seem anything as beautiful and awesome as I have seen. And near-death people will tell you the same. People who awakened all over the world, modern and past, that caught glimpses into spiritual dimensions and everything, will tell you the same as well. Just remember keep your thoughts clean, keep your feelings clean, keep your diet clean, keep the earth clean, and know that you are a spark and extension of pure, infinite loving energy, consciousness, awareness, light within. All right? Awaken to that, seek it mentally, try to understand it emotionally, bring your heart and your mind together, and experience it first by changing your life and changing your diet and doing the right things. You'll feel so good about yourself, right? You'll also get mentally clear and emotionally clear by eating raw, healthy, non-GMO organic food, all right? Get out into nature. That will be your best start. If you have to, do what I did. Go to therapy over my divorce and my childhood. That's what helped clear me out of pain that I didn't even know I had, stuff that was within me. And I think that's what helped me bring the spiritual experiences on. I sought truth, not Jesus, not Buddha, not this. I sought truth. And I started with the ancient world, the pyramids, the amazing temples and work, and what I called a spiritual science and who built them and how they got built. So start simple, and then you'll have those experiences. But heal yourselves, and you do that with diet. Shut your TVs off. Don't watch any crud news. And get into nature and do some gardening, do some flowering, do some hiking, do some rock hounding, looking for some cool rocks and crystals or seashells on the beach. Something. That will get you going because that's heavenly like. That's natural, right? Love and honesty and truth is natural, all right? So that's it. Lots of love to you all. Any questions, any advice, let me know. Love yous.